Joining me on the phone right now, Shaun Morgan of the band Seether. September 24th, they are coming to Cleveland at the Agora Theater, and then the following day, the 25th, they're going to be in Pittsburgh at Stage AE. Now, Shaun, Poison the Parish came out last year and was supposed to be Seether's heavy, loud album. The new single, however, that we're playing here on the Blitz, Against the Wall, it's excellent, but I wouldn't consider it heavy or loud. If you could, talk about the decision to use that track as your third single off Poison the Parish.
I think with every album we always have to explore the emotional side a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things that the decisions that we make when it comes to singles, it's got to be a communal decision between us and the label and management. And I think the label and management were sort of united in a front against us a little bit on this one. But it's a song that we love, so we're not unhappy about it being a single. But there was just the route that they chose to take this time, and then I'm hoping that we get to follow it with one more from the album, and then we'll just we'll send the album off with another up-tempo heavy one, and hopefully people will like it. But we got to keep releasing some of these, man. Every once in a while, you got to get the emotions out up front so everyone can feel a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Shaun, my favorite track from 2016 was Black Honey from Thrice. And I saw on YouTube you guys did a cover of that song. And it was odd for me to hear a band cover a contemporary song from their same genre. I love the cover. Talk about the decision to do that song, which, again, people can see the video of it on YouTube.
You know what? That song, I was driving home and I heard it on the radio, man, and I actually had to sit in my car and finish listening to it because I immediately was drawn into it. And then I found that it was Thrice, and Thrice was kind of a band that I'd never really thought about because the original sound they had before this album was not something that necessarily is something that I'm into, but this new album that they released was I think amazing. So I went out and bought the album, and that entire album to me is just full of great, well-written songs. And Black Honey was the first one I heard, and man, I was obsessed with that song. I went back inside the house and I found that I put it on. I threw it on the old pulled up Alexa, made it play for me.
Right.
And I think I must have listened to it, I don't know, 10, 20 times in a row. And it was just something that I just loved the way the song sounded. I love the lyrics. I think he's great at what he does.
Yeah.
So I'm just a huge fan of that album, and that's why we covered it. It is kind of odd sometimes to cover a song that's on the radio at the same time as you're out there, but I just love it so much, man. I felt like I had to do it.
You guys have done a number of amazing covers over the course of your career. Are there any that were left on the cutting room floor, any that you wanted to do but just for whatever reason just didn't quite work out?
Nothing that's been recorded. We've tried some covers along the way that I think honestly with the stuff we picked might have been a little bit too obscure. And I think you have to pick the right cover for the crowd. I mean, for example, when we go overseas, sometimes we do "Change in the House of Flies" by the Deftones, and it's odd, but people don't. I guess the Deftones fans and our fans are quite different overseas because it never really gets the response that it does here.
Interesting.
So, there's nothing we've recorded per se. I've done a couple of acoustic recordings here and there of songs that there's one we did across the universe we did for an iTunes sessions years ago, which I was quite fond of. It's like a live acoustic thing that we did, which I was really proud of. But I think what we want to do is, when you do a cover, we kind of want to be careful about it. We want to make sure that we don't release something that's just sort of, it's not well thought out. Like, for example, Careless Whisper we did, and it was something we did as a joke because we were asked again to do a Valentine's Day song. And Dale and I always, when we first met each other, we would always call each other whenever Careless Whisper came on the radio. And I often would just have a voicemail of that saxophone line.
Right.
And so it's been a running joke between him and I for a decade plus. So when it came up, the opportunity came up to do a cover, both of us thought that was the only way we could do a love song was to do a George Michael song. So, and it turned out then of course that it was well received and it became a single, and it sort of got away from us, to be honest. So I'm a little bit leery these days of recording covers for any purpose beyond maybe putting out on an album or some kind of special release. I don't know that I want to be releasing any more covers or singles. I mean, it's great. It's a great thing for a lot of bands, and it's been successful for a lot of bands. But I prefer if the stuff that we release is the stuff that we've written. So, but having said that, we may, on this next tour, we were thinking about doing a couple covers, and I don't know which ones to pick yet.
Mm-hmm.
We've done Alice in Chains, we've done Nirvana, and we haven't done any. Yeah, but I'm thinking maybe we might try and figure out a couple Pearl Jam songs. I don't know. Just stuff that I really enjoyed as a kid. Like that '90s sort of. I mean, in fact, I'd love to do a Pixies song, but I don't know if the other guys know them that well.
Right. And for the record, the Careless Whisper. That just took the song and turned it into something else. I mean, I feel like that is the beauty of a cover.
Yeah, we kind of had we had one day allotted for us. We were on tour, and we were in New York City, and we ended up. The best part about that experience was we got to do it at Electric Ladyland, which was Jimi Hendrix's.
Yeah,
studio.
Sure.
And that was a trip, man, to be in that room. But so that was cool. We did it. We did it in a day, and then we sort of moved on and didn't think anything else of it. And again, like I said, it took on a life of its own, and we just wanted to make something that was. I mean, we did a cover years ago of trying to make Rehab by Amy Winehouse, and we did that as well. And there's a live video of it somewhere of us playing it, but. We tried to play that live one time, man, and it went down like a lead balloon. So we never played that one again, even though I thought we did a pretty good job with it. But, yeah, I mean, I think maybe in the future, I'm never going to say there won't be a cover again, but at this point, we're pretty happy with just sort of sticking to what we know and then, and just touring. And who knows, on the next album, we may have another cover, man.
All right. Shaun Morgan from the band Seether. Again, the new single Against the Wall playing right now on 99.7 The Blitz. September 24th, they're going to be in Cleveland at the Agora. The 25th, they're going to be at Stage AE in Pittsburgh. Shaun, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you having me, man.